Estás perdiendo el tiempo.
Today's Cuba is a contrast between restoration and decay.
Souvenir de Cuba, dollies, black and white.
Here, a glimpse of Havana's accumulated history over 5 centuries. The Spanish, the longest in control, the English and pirates also made their marks. There was the Spanish-American War in 1898, the Revolution of 1959, the latest in a long line of upheaval. Now Cuba is awakening from its socialist slumber.
Good morning, everyone.
Into that environment goes Alaska Airlines. It's Thursday morning at Los Angeles International Airport. About to join Flight 286 that originated in Seattle, heading for Havana. The first scheduled flight from the West Coast.
How's this going to work, And the thing with Cuba, the biggest difficulty is the relationship between the United States and Cuba.
Adam Brady is with Alaska. He helps the airline navigate its way into foreign markets. The complexities of the U.S. economic embargo is still there, but with lots of exceptions.
So very different than the other international location we fly to. It's what's the rules in Cuba, what's the rules in the United States. And so we get to parse through what it takes to get them back.
So please keep your seatbelt fastened.
Soon we are on our way.
Each passenger will need to...
And on board is flight attendant Luis Robles, who bid on this flight because of his childhood connection to a girl from Cuba.
Cuba's been like this mysterious place for so long.
A family of Cuban exiles who became neighbors in Long Beach, California, after being tossed out of the country in 1959.
So her mom really gravitated to my parents, and we became very good friends. And her mom was always tell stories about life in Cuba.
And I hope that the culture is still very much vibrant, that there's still some indigenous Tiano people there.
On board, Gail Small and Joe Rodriguez from Montana and the Northern Cheyenne tribe.
There's a new door opening, and that era is coming to a close. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for the Cuban people.
As Americans, they have to have a reason to be going. In this case, a cultural exchange.
I want to take a look at their court systems on there. We also want to do some of this educational cultural exchange.
He's a lawyer, she's a professor. And Small had the chance to visit Cuba 40 years ago for a youth conference.
Fidel addressed our International Youth Festival, I think it was like every day, and he would speak for hours.
We are landing in a country now post-Fidel, arriving to a warm and very public welcome.
To welcome you all to Havana.
While this flight brings the West Coast east to Cuba, we are not alone. Southwest, United, JetBlue, just some of the other U.S. airlines flying here from cities like Miami, all part of President Obama's drive to reestablish relations that began in 2014. For Alaska, it's a smooth start.
It's not a lot different. The rules and everything are pretty much the same. There's a couple of small technicalities, but nice, smooth flight. The language is great. They speak clear English for us, and the controllers did a great job getting us in here.
So this is what Alaska and other U.S.-based carriers are up against. They're new to Cuba, but European airlines and Canadian airlines, they've been coming here for a long time. Airlines are a sort of economic leading indicator. Airline service is followed by hotels, and together they bring in business people to put together deals.
With the raising of the limit on cigars and rum, the prices have already gone up.
John Kirby is Alaska's VP who studies and finds new markets, and there are signs the free market is taking hold.
What I'm envisioning down the road is tourism to be allowed at some point in the future, and then really travel to all of Cuba, not just Havana.
There are risks. The newfound relationship between the U.S. and Cuba is based largely on executive orders that could be reversed by a new Trump administration. But for an airline, there's also the risk of not being here in a far from perfect country that seems to possess so much potential. In Havana, Glenn Farley, King 5 News.